Big thanks to our sponsor, NFT Gyms. Brave Nation, you've got Alexander the Conqueror Djukic in black and blue, Julian Pennant in black and red.
Someone's going to be left black and blue by the end of this fight, I'm sure. Pennant, a fantastic striker, spent time in Mexico sharpening up his boxing and actually took a fight in Mexico, which he won via 3-round decision. And right now he's in stalking mode.
Brave Nation, the 3 safest blows to strike were a front push kick, an inside low kick, and a jab. We opened up with those 2. Those download a little bit of information, just enough so you can throw something more. We saw it right there with that low kick. Now we're back to throwing safe strikes.
Pennant has said previously that his bread and butter is his boxing. His hands are devastating, but you've seen just how nasty the low kicks are from Djukic. Pennant in on the takedown, being well defended so far from Djukic. Landing little short pot shots, now working for the underhook, very intelligent.
Djukic not young, but Brave Nation, the last physical quality to go is strength, and we're seeing that strength in this defense. Wasn't enough. As I've said before, it's hard to take somebody down, harder to hold them down.
Good takedown from Pennant right now. Djukic not giving up the takedown, constantly working, getting his back against the cage, going to try and frame off, get to a knee and work up. There you see he's trying to sneak that knee underneath himself, almost like a Russian get-up with a kettlebell, doing it in stages. Intelligent work from Pennant, acutely aware of that, just drags the hips up a little bit, trying to elevate those hips.
Pennant positioning his head beautifully to avoid strikes from here. Takedowns used to count more under the unified rules. At this point, simply getting the takedown isn't very much. When you're on bottom, you get taken down, you land a bunch of shots to the head. You could even be ahead on the judges' scorecards. Very smart tactically, moves tactically so far from Alexander the Conqueror Djukic.
Nice work from Pennant there. He saw that Djukic was trying to use the cage to get up, and he brought him back a little bit more into the open forum of the mat. Let's see if he does that again. May try and take the back here. Does so beautifully.
We got 2 hooks in.
Right now flattening out Djukic. May try and land some big ground and pound, trying to sneak his own hands underneath to get that Dagestani handcuff to try and flatten out, but didn't get it.
A little bit too high to get maximum hip pressure.
Nice work from Djukic trying to grab the back of the head, but as you say, tiny bit high, trying to punch his hand through for the rear naked choke. And Carrick, at what stage, if you're the man on the back, do you give up this position? Because it will be taking a little bit out of the legs the longer it continues.
One of the toughest things in this sport, Phil, is when you think you've got something, you think you've taken somebody's back, you think you're in position to finish, and it turns out you're not quite. Tough position to be in psychologically, but we've got the beginnings of a choke. No, I spoke too soon.
Potential for a Suluev stretch if he wanted to dive in on that leg. Seldom seen, hard to finish, but it is there. Can't quite see from this position of Julian's. No, he doesn't have the choke. He's slowly getting higher and higher up that back, Carrick. He needs to be down closer to the hips of Djukic. Right now trying to work on a Kimura. Does have his lone submission win via Kimura, but a very difficult angle to try and catch.
Pennant trying hard now to apply hip pressure, trying to drive those hips down like you're jumping out of an airplane with a parachute, shouting Geronimo, but the hips aren't quite, when he's applying pressure, they're not quite where they need to be, but it's only off by a couple of inches. The hips have sunk back. Can he keep them there? That's tactically, that's the question we're looking at right now.
Trying to work for that rear naked choke, but I'd like to see him just land more ground and pound. Because usually, inevitably, what happens is the ground and pound may not be the fight ender, but it is the distraction that brings the chin up, and you can work for the rear naked choke from there. Trying to just lift that chin up and sneak the arm underneath. If he's trying to do that, you'd like to see him get almost the blade of the wrist underneath the nose, because that's an incredibly uncomfortable place to be, and a little bit more advantageous for him now, being right in the back.
The escape is a little easier.
Oh, he's
going the wrong way. He went the wrong way. Brave Nation with that. That's it.
That is so deep.
That's it.
It's
there is no way out.
Wow. Julian Pennant with only the second win in his professional career by way of submission. His 3rd finish in the very first round. 4th overall. What a finish from the Spitfire Berlin MMA man.
Phil, Alexander the Conqueror Djukic indicating with body language that his shoulder may be injured. We hope, of course, There's no significant injury to that shoulder. All credit right now goes to Julian Pennant. He was patient on the back. What we often see in this sport is fighters take the back and they throw too many punches and then they slide off. He was patient, kept working his hips back, began just a few shots, and when that chin moved up by a centimeter, that was all it took to get that arm in place, and that was that.
We're going to see exactly what you're talking about here with a replay of the finish. Julian Pennant rolls to take the back. Djukic went the wrong way, and that arm just sneaked underneath the chin. Bicep grip, insurmountable squeeze, gets the tap. Julian Pennant, at 29 years old, is the real deal.
Brave Nation, when that arm comes around to choke you, it points the way your hips are supposed to go. If you don't, it is a very short night.
Carlos Kramer is the man in the middle with the official decision. Our German broadcast partner, Mark Bergman, is your man asking the questions and translating, double jobbing. Fantastic work being done by Mr. Bergman so far tonight.
All right, Brave Nation and NFC fans, another explosive battle inside the cage. Your winner at 4 minutes and 21 seconds of the first round by rear naked choke, Julian Pennant. Assalamu alaikum, Shabbat! I want you to be loud, I want you to be proud, and I want you to give the support and admiration to these warriors who are risking it all by getting in the cage tonight. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to give thanks to our one and only Sheikh Khalid for all that you have done in making this event possible and making Brave Combat Federation the global leader in mixed martial arts. The stage is set and the fighters are ready. It's time to be brave. Ladies and gentlemen, I have one question for you and one question only. Are you ready?
Sheikh Khalid's love of MMA has been great for Bahrain and the Middle East in general. He's really bringing awareness of MMA into that area, and now even more so with Brave, he's kind of going international. Like you said, he's giving opportunities for young fighters to go out there and pursue their dreams, and he's doing it with a great organization that's going leaps and bounds in such a short time.
Bem na hora da luta dos dias, hein? Grande card, grande luta, o Brave Nine tá show.
Very happy to be part of the history with this and they give the opportunity for other fighters. I know how hard it's training and they have the opportunity for fight, and I'm really happy to be here.
I said in a couple of years' time, Brave could be one of the best out there, one of the biggest out there as well. There's some good names that you guys have here in Brave. I mean, that's one of the reasons I flew over, just to see what the action's going to be like and see the talent. So I wanted to come and see it firsthand myself.
It is an outstanding show. Honestly, the minute I got in there, I think I had goosebumps.
So I'm just had to sit back and watch some great fights of that. I have to say, as a fan.
Your lust for power core.